Hello Chris, I've got your wheel on the mill. I've put a load of blue masking tape over your original cling film just to make sure your rim's protected. I put some plastic over the other side on the stove enamelling as well. Your wheel bearings feel fine. It's on my spindle at the moment, and with your spindling there's no play there. Sometimes the spindles can be a bit undersized, but yours seems fine. As you suspected, you said to me I think about 5 thou. At the moment we're about half an inch down from the drum side, the brake plate side of the hub, and if I zoom in there a little bit as I'm rotating there, we get sort of 4 thou at a peak, and there's a little bit of sort of wobble going on as well. You notice that flick in the needle of the dial gauge. And if I get back to the 0 and we go a bit deeper into the drum, as far as I can go with my gauge set up there, you notice it does, you can see that in there, it does sort of move, the needle does move slightly as you go towards the back of the drum. And then we've got, hitting the little ribs too far in, try again. That's it. It seems to be slightly, probably about 3 thou, a little bit deeper into the drum there, so it's got a bit of sort of taper and some ovality things going on there as well. So it won't need much skimming at all, but that could feel quite significant when you're braking. So I'll get set up and take a skim off, and we'll see what it comes out like at the end. First, very light pass, 0.3 of a thou. You can see a little lighter band on the edge there. It's just starting to catch there. Little bits just catching, and that lip, which is quite common there, that it's just taken off. So that's at a cut of 0.3 there. That's at 3 thou. I've blued down here. You can see where it's not took the bluing off. So it's trued up round up the top, sort of half, 2/3 or so. I think we're getting very close at that. Three and a half thou. Now there's just a very slight band right down at the bottom. I'll go another 1/2 thou, and I think we'll call it a day at that, because the shoes probably only come to that sort of point anyway. They're probably not quite the full width, but we'll just make sure. 3 thou, 7/10. I'm happy at that. There's a little line there, but below it's cleaned up as well. I'll stick the dial gauge on it, see what it reads now. There's a reading now. I'll just go lower. That's as far down as I can get. Yeah, less than half a thou. So I'll hoover the dust out of this, and it'll need cleaning up with some brake cleaner or something very carefully. I don't know whether you've had this stove enamelled or if it's cellulose or anything, so I'll leave the cleaning part up to you, but make sure you get all the dust out and things, because you'll have sort of the graphite powder, if you like, from the cast iron, and then it will take a little while for your shoes to bed into the new surface. It's slightly rough, so it'll bed. You don't want it too shiny, else you just get sort of squeal and not so good. So once that's bedded in with your new shoes, fingers crossed, should be fine. I'll just move down vertically as well. So also no movement there. So we're nice and parallel as well.